3, 2, 1. Gentlemen, start your engines.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome to another episode of Motorsports Digest. This episode is brought to you by Gutswear, your one-stop shop for all your IndyCar diecast needs, Le Mans, Formula One. We want to give Tom a special shout-out for sponsoring us and, taking time out of his day to give us some things for the show and to help us out. This past weekend, September 11th, Cameron and I were at Gas City Speedway for the salute to the first responders it was a race for the lives lost in 9/11. So we were at Gas City. It was my first ever dirt track race. It was unbelievable. My first time seeing sprint cars, midgets, late model crates. It was fantastic. So I'm going to send it over to Cameron and let him give some insight on some things that happened.
All right. We'll go ahead and start out with USAC, and then we'll go to USSA. For USAC this past weekend, they actually had 3 races. One of them was at Bloomington Speedway, and 2 of them were at Lincoln Park Speedway on the same night. Bloomington Speedway did kind of the same thing. They did a salute to the first responders and all the people that lost their lives on 9/11. But there were a lot of people that came to this race. It was a championship race. So I do believe that Chris Windham came out on top at Bloomington Speedway. The whole race was really a battle between him and Cummins. I think around lap 4 or last 4 or 5 laps, Cummins just slid up the racetrack in turn 4, and Chris Windham just got right under him. He had a better bite on the bottom of the racetrack than Cummins did, so just got right around him, and he led the rest of that race and came out on top. Chris has only won there once before, so when he was on victory lane, his speech was pretty nice. He was really happy to get his second career USAC win at Bloomington Speedway. If you've ever been to Bloomington Speedway, you know that racetrack is a tough racetrack. There is no fence around the entire thing. It's just one dirt bowl, and it is a fast racetrack too. So when you win there, or if you even finish the race there, it's a big accomplishment, because a lot of people just go over the side of it and go rolling down the backstretch. So it's a pretty big accomplishment to finish a race at Bloomington. I'm pretty scared to go there myself for my first time. I don't know what the outcome's going to be. But moving on to September 12th. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, September 12th. Where's my thing at? There it is, September 12th. So Chase Stockton won his first USAC Amsoil National Sprint Car feature of the 2020 season on Saturday night in the first feature. If you've ever watched Chase Stockton, he's a good sprint car driver. I'll be honest, I never really heard of him before this year, but this year he has put on an amazing performance overall in all of the sprint car races he's been in. I really have grown to like the guy for not knowing him too well. He's a badass. I mean, he whips that thing around the racetrack like it's nothing. He's just one of those guys that, makes the whole thing look so easy and harmless, And it's funny because I watched a video yesterday of, what's his name? Levi Jones. Levi Jones used to race sprint cars for Tony Stewart. He used to race Silver Crown sprint cars and midgets for Tony Stewart a long time ago, and now he's the vice president of USAC. But he was making a video, and one of the questions was, is it scary to drive a race car? And he said it's supposed to be scary. Like, that's the whole
Right.
point. It's not supposed to be,
If you're comfortable in a car, then something's wrong.
exactly. It's supposed to be scary not only for the driver but for the fans too. That's the excitement of the racing, and that's one of the things that Chase Stockton does. I mean, he makes it scary but just fun at the same time. But congratulations to him and Chris Windham. Chris Windham won his second USAC win at Bloomington Speedway. Congratulations for that. Chase Stockton won his first 2020 race at Lincoln Park. That's awesome. And then we've got one more feature that happened at Lincoln Park. And Brady Bacon. Brady Bacon took the lead and just dominated the show. He earned his series-leading fifth USAC AMSOIL National Sprint Car victory, so he is leading in points right now for the USAC National Series. Brady Bacon, if you're any type of familiar with sprint car racing, dirt sprint car racing, you know how Brady Bacon is. He's one of the most popular people in USAC. He's just a hell of a driver, puts on a good show for everybody, and he's always really respectful too. He's one of the nice guys that you talk to in the pits, But yeah, he he said that we were pretty fortunate to be in the battle at all. He said that they did have mistakes earlier in the year with the car and stuff like that, but near the end of the season, they really got the car running the way it should be, and that's what brought him to victory on Lincoln Park. That's what he said in his interview after the 30-lap feature. So there's your three USAC Sprint Car National winners for this past weekend. Congratulations to all of them. We'll go ahead and move on to the smaller side of USAC, which is the USAC Midwestern Regional Midget Series. I actually participated in this race with my Kenyon car. Obviously, my K car is probably about 20 horsepower less than these USAC midget race cars, but we went for practice and get more seat time on dirt. As you heard at the beginning of the video, I took Cameron here with me. He said that he had a hell of a time.
Yeah, it was a blast.
First time being at a dirt racetrack, and you got to see dirt sprint cars and dirt midgets at the same time. That's awesome, wasn't it?
It was definitely a sight to see. It was Cameron invited me, and I couldn't. I had a day off actually, so I couldn't not go. I met up with him at Gas City Speedway, and it was phenomenal. Just the atmosphere of everybody being there, and all the cars in the pits. You look to one side, you have a car probably 3 feet away from you. You look to the right of you, another car 3 feet away, and it's not the same car as the one that you're driving. So you've got sprint cars, like other midgets that are not the same as the Kenyon cars. So it was a sight to see. It was very exciting.
Yeah, it is. And getting to the race though, Jacob Denny, who races for Leffel Racing, he took home the win that night. If you're familiar with midget racing, you know who the Leffels are. Leffels are a very popular name in midget racing. You got Aaron Leffel, who drives the number 11 car, and then you got Jacob Denny, who drives the 11T. They always put on a good show. But congratulations to Jacob. I mean, he was in front the whole time. Didn't budge, didn't nothing. He was all the way up front, and he held his ground and came out on top. Surprisingly, for me, I actually finished 9th out of 28 cars. Like I said, we weren't really, we knew we weren't going to win the race because these cars have about 20 more horsepower than I do. But that is a surprising finish. I started 15th, moved all the way up to 9th, and I just held my ground. I ran the bottom of the racetrack the whole night, thought that if I made the track smaller, then maybe I would have a chance. So that's exactly what I did. I just made the racetrack smaller for my car, and everybody else ran the top, and I was just kind of going underneath them the whole time, just going around. And it was a fun time. I love racing.
Yeah.
It's what I do.
I thoroughly enjoyed it myself.
Yeah,
I couldn't get enough of it.
exactly. But like I said, it was a good time. Proud of our finish. I'm glad that we got to learn a little bit, got some seat time, got to run
Absolutely.
against some pretty nice people. It's pretty good
Yeah,
people.
there were some fast ones out there too.
Oh yeah. There are a bunch of races coming up in the next like 4 or 5 weeks, but I will get to that at the end of the episode. So I'll send it over to Cameron.
Alrighty. All right, so Formula One had a not so exciting weekend at the first race at Mugello in Formula One history. So first race at Tuscan. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the top three. Lewis Hamilton, not a surprise that he didn't win, but he won. Or no, not a surprise that he won.
Yeah.
So he won the first race at Mugello. Alex Albon scored his first podium in Formula One, so second place. Daniel Ricciardo came home in third. This is going to get pretty detailed because there was a lot that happened within the first couple of laps. So Max Verstappen and Pierre Gasly's Tuscan Grand Prix only lasted 2 turns. They both so they were coming into the turn and they just wiped each other out, completely took them out. Verstappen, having already suffered a power unit issue that saw him fall down the order of the grid before getting punted off with Gasly, caught up in the incident as well. Verstappen then added that he should not have been put in that position. So then the safety car comes out. They do a rolling start, which normally that's normally what happens. But if it's a red flag, then they do a stop start or a standing start. So then safety car comes out. We saw a restart that will not be forgotten. I don't know if Garrett would be able to put that in this episode or not, but it was nuts. So they're coming down the front stretch and absolute chaos strike. We saw a car literally sideways, like going into somebody else. So Carlos Sainz, Antonio Giovinazzi, Kevin Magnussen, and Nicholas Latifi were all taken out of the race, thankfully without serious injury. Grosjean adds, which in the video you can see and hear, he's not very pleased. He's yelling to his team. He goes, "Does he want to kill us or what?" He then added to the radio that the accident was effing stupid, which, it was something. The back of the field was pedaling to the front whenever the front wasn't even going, so that bottled everything up. So it was like an accordion effect. Lap 39, Bottas radioed to the team. A safety car would be nice right now, which it's kind of weird because 4 laps later, Stroll appeared to suffer a tire issue, spinning into the barriers, luckily without injury. And then after that, it was caution-free with Lewis Hamilton coming to the win. So and watching the highlights for that race, it's not going to be easy to forget for those that crashed out, but for those that made it out, they're probably not going to want to go back. So that's Formula One. That's all the news that they've got. Then we had a doubleheader September 12th and 13th in Mid-Ohio for IndyCar. That was some pretty damn good racing. Colton Herta looked absolutely phenomenal. He actually got his second career win and led the Andretti team to podium sweep. So it was Colton Herta, Alexander Rossi, and Ryan Hunter-Reay, I think, for lap 2 or race 2. Yeah, so race 2. All right, so on lap 2 on race 1, Pagenaud spun by clipping Rinus VK's right rear. After that, race was completely caution-free. Colton Herta looked strong, making moves, blocks, which, watching that race, I was like, he's going to be a contender for the next race. And I was right. So Will Power won race 1. Now, race 2 had a little bit more action. We saw Graham Rahal looking real good, which I am very surprised this season for Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan Racing. They have been nothing but competitive, and they want to come out on top. He had Takuma Sato's second Indy 500 win, and several top 5s for Rahal. So I'll be surprised if he doesn't get a win this season, but
I'd love to see it.
Don't count him out for next season because next season will be just as fierce. So lap 1, headed into turn 1, Colton Herta, Santino Ferrucci were side by side. Like, I'm talking wheel to wheel. Colton ran Ferrucci wide, pushing him into the grass and coming back out onto the track. So he took out his teammate Alex Palou and another driver, Felix Rosenquist. It took Rosenquist out of contention. Alex Palou was able to drive off. Lap 16, rookie Dalton Kellett spins off track, bringing out the caution. And there was no injury to the car, so he was able to come back out and continue racing. Lap 22, turn 1, 5-time IndyCar champion Scott Dixon spins out after wiggling, coming out of turn 1, which is the fastest turn at Mid-Ohio. He wiggled going into turn 1, and he grazed some of the grass on the rumble strip and spun the car out. He saved it, but it's not what you want to see for a 5-time champ, especially trying to compete for a championship this year. Well, then, shortly after, 7 laps later, Marco Andretti does the same thing, although he didn't spin out. He just kind of spun in front of Alexander Rossi, corrected it, saved it, but he went straight through the gravel pit and, was right in front of Dixon throughout the rest of the race, and then Dixon came into the top 5. So that was kind of a hard pill to swallow for Marco Andretti because, going into the fastest turn, you don't want to see or feel that because that's the fastest turn. You don't want to get hurt. So, but Rossi actually had kind of a hiccup, kind of related to Scott Dixon, but he didn't. It wasn't in the same turn, and it actually happened right in front of Ryan Hunter-Reay. So that was kind of a testing moment for Ryan Hunter-Reay. But like I said, the top 3 for the race 2 was Herta, Rossi, and Hunter-Reay. So I got to give a congrats to Andretti Autosport for an awesome weekend and awesome racing. But yeah, it was a good race, and that's what IndyCar needs to be more like because normally you would have Penske and it'd be Penske, but it's so divided now, and it's just it's amazing racing, needless to say. All right, Garrett.
All right, NASCAR weekend. It something else to expect. We saw a wild weekend at what was that? Richmond. It wasn't a wreck fest, but it also wasn't super boring. You saw a lot of battles for the lead for position. I'm happy that Kevin Harvick didn't win this race, nor did Denny.
Somebody else.
Brad Keselowski takes the win.
This is his first one this season.
Nope, it's a second.
This is Brad Keselowski's second win this season?
Yeah, Keselowski won a race to get into the playoffs.
Did he?
Yeah. Yeah, he won. Remember because Chase Elliott went for the pit and 2 laps to remain.
Oh, was it Charlotte?
Yeah, Charlotte.
That's right. I remember that because I texted you.
Another news for NASCAR. Daniel Flores has announced that he will no longer return to his team that he's been racing with.
Gaunt Racing.
Yeah, something. I don't remember. And other news that came out this week: Bubba Wallace has officially announced he will be leaving Petty Motorsports.
Which I have something to add to that, if you don't already say it.
I mean, are you talking about part of the team?
Huh?
What are you talking about? Because I know only that he owns part of the team. So is he going to get rid of
I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, you weren't here whenever Cameron and I were talking before you came in. There's a lot of stuff going on. Okay, so let me add to this. So according to Bob Pockris of Fox Sports, rumors of Denny Hamlin entering the ownership side of NASCAR have persisted, and he appears to have his sights set on purchasing Germain Racing. Car owner Bob Germain, who has fielded the number 13 full-time for over the past decade, is looking to sell after sponsor Geico informed they would not run for 2021. If Hamlin does indeed purchase Germain or any other race team, Hamlin's team would run with Toyota backing. So that's the whole thing with the Bubba Wallace and the Toyota thing. So then the most likely candidate for driving for Denny Hamlin would be Bubba Wallace, who is looking for a ride next season after announcing he would not be returning to Richmond Petty Motorsports in 2021. Adam Stern of Sports Business Journal, Hamlin and Wallace share an agent, and Rod Moskowitz of Pro Sport Management. Goodness. And the two also have a prior connection from when the two were together at Joe Gibbs Racing. And Wallace was a Gibbs development driver until 2014. Pockris states that a prospective deal between all parties could be struck as early as this week.
Wow.
According to Stern, Wallace would bring anywhere from $15 million to $20 million in sponsorship if his current partners join him at a new team. So, and that was all from 247 Motorsports or 247sports.com. If you guys want to go read the article.
God, that would be amazing to see. So,
and
would Denny be allowed to drive with JGR still?
Yeah, Jeff Gordon owned the 48.
That's true.
So, and the whole thing is, just like that article said, is they will have backing from Toyota and JGR. So JGR engines with the new team.
God,
that's a force to be reckoned with. Because you're given a. I'm not going to call Bubba not a good driver, because he's a good driver. I mean, at Xfinity he was pretty good. So you're giving this driver top tier equipment.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's going to be interesting.
So some other news.
Definitely going to be exciting.
NASCAR teased on their Instagram post. They put a picture up of all the drivers who have no team to drive with, and down in the lower left corner was Kyle Larson for the 21-22 season.
Honestly, you know what I've been thinking? And this could be way, way out there in Never Never Land. So Richmond, Darlington and Richmond, Clinton Boyer was not running the famed Stuart Haas 14 number. I mean, he was, but it wasn't the famed font. So I feel like he's getting either inching to retirement of racing, or he's inching to go another way with another team, because Tony Stewart has been persistent
Oh, yeah.
trying to get Kyle Larson back.
Oh, yeah, because he's the only reason NASCAR had a meeting to talk about, can Larson return for the next.
Right.
And they never said he could or couldn't.
And his quote was, "Quit dragging ass."
Yeah.
I will sit here and tell you, you are going to see Kyle Larson next year
Oh,
back in NASCAR. And I am telling you right now, he is going to be driving a Stewart-Haas race car. There is no way in hell that he's not going to be driving one of them cars. Tony Stewart loves Kyle Larson.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's everything that Tony was in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Races the same thing that Tony did before he was in NASCAR. He's good at it. People watch him. They want to watch him. It's just a given.
It's like, I never used to be a Kyle Larson fan, but the 2019 season, whenever he won the All-Star race, I was like, so then after that, I was like, yo, you're really piquing my interest. And then after, everything that happened this year, I was like, I'm kind of bummed, because that dude actually had talent. So now I'm over here watching him in World of Outlaws and, doing all these sprint car things.
When he makes his return to NASCAR, I'm telling you right now, he
will be a force to be reckoned with.
He's going to sell the most merchandise. He's going to have the highest number of fans.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure there's between him and Bubba, and I can't wait to see it, especially if it is in a JGR-backed car, because that will be a serious battle.
Right? Oh, yeah. That will be fast. But he's got so much support on his side, after what happened. And you go to any Chip Ganassi racing post on Facebook or any social media, holy squirt, don't do it. But you go to any Chip Ganassi racing social media platform, everybody is saying, I stand with Larson.
Oh, yeah.
And that happened months ago. And they are still bringing that to attention. So, I really do hope he gets that number 14 ride from Clint Boyer. And I love Clint Boyer, and I know you do too, Garrett, but when was the last time he won? Exactly.
No, you're completely right. He's we all can tell right now, Clint Boyer, he's come to the end. It's close.
Yeah, he's fast. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he's good, top 10, top 5, but he's not a contender.
No, he might run a season or two more, but it's not going to be. I think Clint himself knows that he's not a championship contender. He hasn't had that potential in almost 3 years now. I mean, yeah, he's maybe won 1 or 2 races in the last 3 seasons, but
yeah,
he's not championship contender. He's made the playoffs almost every season now, but
I mean, he can race. I mean, that's what I don't like is you're with Stewart-Haas Racing, which is top tier, always within the top 10, top 15. And he's always falling short. He could run top 5 all day long, but coming to the last couple, 50, 75 laps, it just goes away.
Yeah.
So
something else that has been kind of happening in the NASCAR community, not a lot of people know, not a lot of media coverage. Hall of Famer Red Farmer, who was one of the classic, I think he was the Alabama. But he had COVID-19. He was hospitalized.
wow.
But he has since recovered. He is actually out of the hospital now. So Yeah, he had 5 days in the hospital due to COVID.
Damn.
It's kind of,
That's
yeah, he was part of the
he
Alabama.
runs local track.
Yeah, and he was part of the Alabama gang in NASCAR.
Yep.
So, yeah, he was hospitalized for it, and
Man.
there wasn't much talk about it from NASCAR, which was also surprising to me when I read it.
Right.
Just
And
going into Bristol real quick, Brad Keselowski has won the pole, so
nice.
if
Has the lineup been drawn or no?
yeah, I think it has.
Just do who's running in second?
Let me see, because they put out the pit stall assignments, so I figured they would have, but no, they haven't drawn them yet, I guess. Oh, there it is. There it is. Now it is. Joey Logano is in second, Truex in third,
Oh boy.
fourth, Dylan fifth, Elliott sixth, Hamlin seventh, Alex Bowman eighth, Kyle Busch in ninth, Eric Almirola starting 10th. Clint Boyer
See
right side of
the top 10.
yeah at 11. So
You see where my boy's at.
yeah,
You see where your boy's at.
he's ninth. That's where he's been starting at almost. I feel like they're just the same one every time. They're like, yeah, they're gonna run here.
Right. I thought they were going to invert the field like they said that they've done, or they were going to do at the beginning of all this stuff. But Cameron and Garrett, we are on social media a lot because, we've got things to cover. But is it me or is NASCAR on Facebook, are their posts getting more weird?
Yeah,
They're not normal, and I don't know how to describe it without showing you guys, but I don't have Facebook on my computer. But it's just so, like, if you look back 2 weeks ago, their content was like, professional and tip-top shape, and now it's just like
Did
bleh.
somebody take over the social media department?
Shit, probably.
if you're on TikTok and you follow NASCAR on TikTok,
Yeah.
that's how they are on their TikTok. They're not professional. They literally fuck around the whole time.
Yeah.
Like they made a video of them. What was it? Talking about sheet metal and like how they were going to give it all away, and like all the sheet metal that's inside of NASCAR headquarters, they're just going to give away. And they never did it because I'm pretty sure, someone at NASCAR was like, no, we can't do that.
All right.
It's
Yeah, in my personal opinion, I think that NASCAR has. Now, I don't want anybody giving me hate for this, okay? But
No
I just
hate.
feel like NASCAR has kind of fallen a little bit. It's fallen.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And the problem with it is that I think that they're trying to get fans
They're
by
trying to be something they're not.
yeah, and they're trying to get the younger generation on their side so they can get more fans.
Yeah.
Because the younger generation is social media filled, especially with TikTok. TikTok is a huge social media platform right now, and I just don't think NASCAR belongs on there. They're not supposed to be unprofessional. They are supposed to be professional, and that's
Absolutely.
just like USAC. USAC is always so professional with their posts. They're always up to date. They're always on time. They always give you very detailed information about the races, the people that are in the races, and that's how it should be. And I feel like NASCAR has kind of just fallen off of that lately, and it's just they're not going in the right direction.
For sure. Yeah. I just hope, it's just a
phase.
Small time, yeah, a small
phase.
time phase. Because some of the stuff that I was reading, I was like, what? And I was like,
yeah.
what?
It also could be because NASCAR is very disclosed about all of their employees.
Yeah.
Like their job setting, like when I applied to be graphic designer / photographer for him last week. Dude, the application at the end, it tells you, do not email anything to us. We will have a recruiter get out to you. They're like the military when it comes to it. You fill this out. Recruiter who calls you, if you fit the position, and then all this, and I haven't heard back, so guessing I'm not getting any farther in that position. But
Hey, at least you tried.
Yeah, exactly.
what'd you say?
I said at least you tried.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure NASCAR, though, the reason they've kind of switched that way on their Facebook, it could be that somebody at NASCAR headquarters either got promoted or
Right.
and
It's just
Somebody
weird.
that shouldn't have been promoted.
It's weird, but
it's all their PR person. Their PR person probably either got fired or left or got sick. Either way.
yeah, COVID.
Yeah.
Um,
At least it wasn't a NASCAR driver.
right. Let me see if there's any racing for.
I will tell you, I was looking at the news app on my phone, and Lewis Hamilton came up, which happens all the time, but it was from Planet F1. Hamilton is planning drive in an X44 SUV. He's launched his own Extreme E team called X44 after the same number he uses to race with in Formula One. But he's not going to go race for a championship. He's just going to race in an SUV in the Extreme E series. So, I've never
I
heard.
didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, me either. When I saw that, I was like, they're going to let him drive an SUV in the fucking Formula One?
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way. But when you read it down, it makes
So, let me click race info. So the next race for IndyCar is at the beloved Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Go.
It is October 3rd. So let me see what day that is.
Saturday. It's in 2 weeks.
It's a Saturday, so guess who won't be going? Well, anyways, it is the Grand Prix. It's race 2. They're calling it the Harvest GP. So I was going to say we could all take a trip out there, but by the looks of it, I don't know. I'll probably just cash in some PTO work some extra hours and get that day off. But we've got some other news coming out of IndyCar. This news is actually fresh, not even 24 hours. Sebastian Bourdais is running the last 3 races of the 2020 IndyCar series for AJ Foyt Racing. So that's very exciting. He is a 4-time series champion, but he's also getting a full-time ride in 2021 with AJ Foyt. So, and that's kind of, so he used to run the Sealmaster number 18 for Dale Coyne. That spot was taken by Santino Ferrucci. So with him out of the series, it's kind of been different. Whenever he was with Dale Coyne is not a top tier team, but lately they have been, running consistent. And without Bourdais in the field, it's kind of been, I don't know how to, it's not been a fulfilling feeling, because that man can drive. Low equipment, top tier equipment. So whenever he returned, he actually returned home to Le Mans, France for this weekend's 24-hour Le Mans. So he will be competing in that. But He's a 37-time IndyCar race winner, 4 consecutive Champ Car titles from 2004 to 2007.
That's my series right there.
Yeah.
USAC Silver Crown right there.
But yeah, it's a good thing to know that he's coming back for final 3 races and next season, because I am a big fan of Bourdais, but then again, I'm a big fan of everybody in IndyCar. Damn. Scott McLaughlin is seeking government exemption for IndyCar debut for the final race in St. Petersburg. He will be linked to a Team Penske seat. And he thinks there's speculation going around that he could be going full-time IndyCar in 2021. So he said that it's basically up to the government if I can get out of the country or not. He said there's a lot of things that go into the bridge in America as well in regards to getting a team together and all that sort of stuff. But Penske president Tim Cindric has said they're seriously looking at it, and if we can physically do it, we will. So
When are you going to get me right in there, Cameron? When are you going to call Team Penske or
right.
Stuart Haas or,
He's going to look at me. He's going to be like, who are you?
He'd probably do the same to me. He's like, who the hell are you? I've never heard of you before.
Well, you have a driving resume. I literally just this past week I just watched you work on the car. I mean, I have drifting experience, but they're just gonna look. They're gonna be like, anybody can slide a car.
So, going back to NASCAR real quick.
Hey, I'm not done.
Junior Motorsports has announced that Sam Mayer will rejoin Junior Motorsports for the 2021 through 22 season for for Xfinity Series. He will race full-time at Xfinity. He has been running in ARCA last season. He was a champion for the late models and for 2019 K&N Pro Series East, where now he ran. I don't know who he was running with this year, but he was running the ARCA Menard Series. So a new face to come to Xfinity. So
hell yeah. The last little bit of IndyCar news before I was rudely interrupted.
I had to get it. I wouldn't say it. So
Jimmy Johnson has announced and confirmed that he will be running 2 years with Chip Ganassi on road and street courses. So 7-time is fulfilling his IndyCar dreams to race, and I'm glad because there's a lot more street and road courses than there are ovals, so there's going to be a lot of Jimmy Johnson all over the face of IndyCar.
So he's not going to run the ovals then?
No ovals. But he signed with Chip Ganassi Racing. I don't know if I said that or not. So I believe Marcus Ericsson may be leaving at the end of this year, but that also hasn't been reported. That is just a
speculation.
An accusation by me. But if I really don't see Chip Ganassi Racing going 4-car team, I would probably see them get rid of Ericsson and have Jimmy Johnson on the team. But I don't know if he'll be able to keep the 48, which I don't think, honestly, he'll want to run the number 48 because Chip Ganassi's numbers are 8, 9, and 10. So
who knows?
Honestly,
they might ask him, like, hey, you want to run 48?
Honestly, if I was switching series, I wouldn't want to transfer over my number. I mean, yeah, I was known for that number from the past series, but I wouldn't want to be known. I wouldn't want my fame from the last series to convert into the next series.
Yeah. Who knows? He could get into an IndyCar race and he could just drive terribly.
No, he showed a lot of potential.
He won't, but I'm saying, like, that could happen,
Oh, right.
tear down that number 48 and not be No. So
Let me just say something here real quick. I know I talk about this guy a lot. I like this guy. Okay, I consider me and him friends, and it is an absolute privilege to say that me and him are friends.
Kody Swanson.
But Kody Swanson, man, I tell you what, this guy is the coolest guy in the entire world. So this past weekend, he had a little bit of a different experience. He was in Fender County. He got to run a modified with Chad Bryant Racing.
Like the Wheeling modifieds?
No. This is a Fender modified. I think
okay.
it's a modified, I think, but I'm not too familiar with that, But Fathead's Eyewear has really been helping him out this year when it comes to racing something other than a sprint car or a Silver Crown car. Fatheads has helped him run the Indy Pro 2000, ARCA, and then now this. I want to give you a little bit of a background from his Facebook. I'll tell you what he said. Kody Swanson said, quote, "Well, I'm still trying to learn new things. I appreciate the chance with Chad Bryant Racing and all of their effort. Qualified 4th here today at Hickory Motorsports Speedway and under a rain delay with 2 twin 40-lap features still on the schedule for tonight. Features will be streamed on their live Facebook page."
That man can drive anything.
Never been in one of these cars. No, I'm sorry. It's the second time being in one. Qualified 4th.
wow.
4th.
That's nuts. That man
And these guys,
drive.
and there's tons of people in these race cars that have done this for years.
Kody, if you're watching this, you need to contact us and get on the show right now.
Well,
We
and
wanna
the
talk.
thing is that I'll tell you what here. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. So here's the first feature. Okay. This is how it ended up. Said, "Thanks again, Hickory Motorsports Speedway and Chad Bryant Racing for giving us a chance to come back and race this afternoon. Finished 4th in the first 40-lap feature and learned a lot about running behind the top 3, invert 9. So we'll be starting 6th in the second feature." Now listen to this. Quote, "I want to be happy about running from 6th to finished 2nd in this afternoon's second feature. But it's tough to be that close and not figure it out in time. I did learn a lot today and had fun too. Thanks to Chad Bryant Racing and Mike for all of their hard work. Congrats to Gracie Trotter on the win." This guy comes in second in his second feature, and he is upset that he didn't get first.
Hell
This,
yeah.
the determination of this
He
guy.
hates to lose more than he loves to win.
He is such a good race car driver, and even when we were practicing for the Little 500, we had the fastest lap time, and he still wants it to be better.
Yeah.
His determination is just so amazing, and I'm not bashing him for wanting to be better. That's not what I'm doing at all. I'm saying that I think it is amazing that he is like that, because
he's driven.
he will not stop until he gets that win. And that's what's so great about Kody Swanson. He is just such a damn good race car driver. And I promise you, I will sit here and tell you, by personally watching him, talking to him, and watching him do this, I will not be surprised if in the next 2 years or 3 years I see him in some kind of NASCAR or IndyCar, even just one time.
He's definitely going to be in a top-tier league.
Yeah, and I'm just so happy for him. I just got to give him a huge shout-out. This year has been tough for all of us. We lost Gene, and COVID really put a stop on racing, and that's for the whole Nolan Racing team. But Kody has taken this time that he has been given to race for some other people and really get his feet wet in some other stuff. And he has just shown amazing progress. And I just got to give him a huge shout out and congratulations to him, because I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see where he goes. I really am. I'm really excited.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I honestly hope he pursues the open wheel, Indy League, I guess, because after Indy Pro 2000, I'm pretty sure it's Indy Lights.
Yeah.
But I honestly really hope he does take that route, because that route is so rewarding,
Oh yeah.
Because you can meet some people from NASCAR and I'm not saying it's everybody, but they're dicks.
Yes.
They're just arrogant. They're like, I own a NASCAR team. Cool. You don't have what it takes. But this dude, Kody, if you're listening to this, I really hope that you take this IndyCar route, and I really hope to see you within Indy Lights within the next year and a half, 2 years, because you've got what it takes. And I heard a lot about you through Cameron. So, and I've also looked at a lot of your stats and, your wins. You, dude, you're unbeatable. I mean, you're beatable, but your drive to win is, game changing, just like Gary said. So honestly, we want to see you on this show. We want to talk to you. But
busy man, very busy.
Oh yeah. So once you got time,
when you're making it, you're getting to the big leagues, man. You get busy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of us here at Motorsports Digest are proud of you and proud of what you're doing. So I'm excited to see where this takes you.
Well, guys, you got any more news?
Where are we running at next week for NASCAR?
We're running to Bristol.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's gonna
Chase
be fun.
Elliott. Chase Elliott.
For we've got a lot of racing coming up too.
Yeah, this Thursday we're at Anderson. Cameron and I will be there, so come out.
I'll be running the Kenyon car this week, Anderson Speedway on Thursday. US 24 at Logansport, Indiana on Saturday. USAC Sprint cars have another doubleheader this week. They'll be running September 18th at the Terre Haute Action Track, which is one of the most fascinating races that I watch. And then you've got September 29th at Tri-State Speedway in Hobstadt, Indiana.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
18th. So
yeah, the
Saturday.
18th on Friday. Oh wait, is that Saturday or Friday?
Friday.
Friday. Yeah, there you go. Just to let everybody know, I'm not going to tell you all the dates now. I'll keep telling you during the weeks, but we've got a lot of racing coming up. Not only for me, we've added probably 3 or 4 races to our schedule for the end of this year. So there will be plenty of opportunity to come see me and Cameron at the racetrack.
Yeah.
Also, USAC Silver Crown Series just announced that they actually added Springfield, Illinois to their last race. So they'll be racing at Springfield this year. That'll be a huge excitement to some people because Springfield, everybody loves going to Springfield. It's a great race to watch from Silver Crown, so it'll be a good time. But like I said, a lot of racing coming up. Hopefully some people will make it out to there.
Yeah.
Me and Cameron will be there for a while.
Yeah,
so.
And this is what would you say? Probably about a mile and a half track, pavement track.
Anderson.
Yeah.
It's a quarter. I think it's a quarter mile.
Really?
Hang on.
It looks big on Google Maps.
Yeah, it looks big. Well, it is the highest, or it's the fastest bank. It's got a label. It's like the fastest short track in the world or something like that because of the bank and everything like that.
Yeah.
So while he's looking that up real quick, forgot to mention, someone who normally doesn't run anymore in a NASCAR car went to Bristol Motor Speedway and ran a car around. Good old Dale Jr. took a number 8 car for the Dale Earnhardt Foundation and started running laps. No reason why, just wanted to. So I'm in speculation. You're going to hear maybe somebody's going to run in the back.
Was it a stock car?
It was a NASCAR, like full on, wrapped everything with.
I know. Was it Xfinity or?
No, it was a. Wasn't it? I can't remember. He posted multiple things from it, but he also posted the trophy for this weekend. It was.
That boy's in sight.
It doesn't have a link. Huh? Can't tell by the fucking front of the car. God damn it, Dale. Oh,
Here, put your phone up to the screen.
Do it for Dale, guys. Do it for Dale.
IndyCar. So, but the lap is for childhood cancer.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month.
Is this on Instagram?
Yeah, it's just on Dale Earnhardt's Dale Jr. Foundation's Instagram. And he also posted stuff on his Instagram. But God, that'd be amazing to see him run in the.
That looks like the ride along car. Yeah, that's a ride along.
Oh,
Yeah, because it's the old Chevy SS body.
that's right. I would like. It would be cool though if he ran that in the Xfinity.
Yeah.
Back to Anderson, Cameron. What you were asking me. Anderson is the world's fastest high-banked oval. It's a quarter-mile racetrack, and it's 35 acres.
Damn.
I just gave you all the information, so there you go. It's funny because I didn't know. Well, I did know, but I didn't know that. I thought it was just the fastest high-banked oval in Indiana, but it's actually the world's fastest high-banked oval. So I didn't know that. I just thought it was in Indiana. But that's
Isn't
pretty
that where
interesting.
they did the little 5?
That's where they do the little 5. Yep, 72 years and counting.
I was talking to your grandpa, and he was like, "Oh, well, you should see it in Anderson." So I'm excited.
You'll be there tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Cameron's gonna bring some. Next episode might be a little different. We might have a few videos and stuff for you guys. Yeah, gonna be pretty exciting. Get some in-car camera action.
It's not gonna be no low budget iMovie shit. It's gonna be good. We're gonna have a couple people there. We're gonna get this stuff figured out. So
have a good time. That's what we're gonna do.
Oh yeah. Well, is there anything else to add, guys?
No.
I don't think so.
Garrett, right before we get off here, check your email real quick. I know I could ask you this once we're done recording, but I just want to make sure we're going ahead and doing this now. But I'm going to go ahead and give my predictions for Bristol. Obviously, my boy Chase Elliott in the number 9 Hendrick Motorsports Chevy Camaro ZL11LE will win the race. Kyle Busch can eat shit. Other than that, I really don't care who wins. Cameron, who do you think's gonna win?
Cameron, you know I'm with you. I'm a huge Chase Elliott fan, so everybody knows how the outcome of this race is gonna be. So,
oh yeah, I mean
Chase Elliott. Let's go.
And I'm not doing it just to, be a fanboy, but I've been following Chase Elliott since 2014, but he does so well on short tracks. It's ridiculous, like Dover, Bristol.
Yeah.
He's just phenomenal. So honestly, from a real standpoint of view, I hope he can do it. Will he be able to do it? I don't know. There's no practice, no qualifying, so I just hope he has a proper setup. I hope that they saved all the setups from the last race into this race. Because is it 500 laps?
I think so.
Yeah, I would think.
Man, that's a lot. That's
500.
a long time.
Did you get it, Garrett?
No, I did not receive it yet.
Oh my God! All right. Well, hang on. We got to ask Garrett for his input on this damn race. Who do you think's gonna win, dude?
I'm trying to think.
Don't say Kyle Busch.
Well, I don't think Kyle's going to win at Bristol. I'd love to see Kyle win it, so that way he's locked into the 12. But I think he's going to be locked in no matter what.
Oh yeah.
But
I just don't see how he's surviving on points. I really do not.
he's been okay. He survived last race on points because he started in the back and ran his ass all the way up to 15th in 40 laps. But, oh, man, who I think is going to win this at Bristol? I think it's going to be between Denny and Chase. It's going to be come down to them two, man. They both – the last time they were there, they ran it hard, man. They went –
Absolutely.
And they took each other out in the last lap or two. I worry, though, that there's a curse on Elliott right now with JGR. And if anything's like the past right now, 2020, knowing it, it's going to suck for both of those drivers. Something's going to happen if they're in the lead and they're both going to fall out.
Yeah.
And then, goddamn, someone who should not be winning a race wins. Like, it would be funny, though, if, like, Clint Boyer's in third, they wreck out, and Clint takes the win. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
But, no, I think it's going to come down to Denny Hamlin or Chase Elliott. I'd rather see Denny Hamlin win it because he's got that chance for a title right now. And he's the most active driver with the most – I don't know how they worded it. They say he's one of the most winningest active drivers without a championship. So
yeah, he is.
Hopefully that comes to an end this year, but most likely it won't. So
yeah,
because it looks like it's Harvick's season. So
oh yeah, he's definitely gonna get it.
Well, it's a bit different. Upsets happen.
Yeah. Well, you guys have anything else to add? Oh, I just want to say thank you again to Gutswear but thanks to Gutswear for sponsoring us. Always helping us out. You guys want to go support him? It's Tom at Gutswear at eBay, or Tom at Gutswear at eBay. Your one-stop shop for all your diecast needs. Go support him because he helps us give you guys content. So it's us helping him out while he's helping us out. So he's a good guy. So just go over there, spend a couple bucks, buy something cool for your kids or you or your grandma.
Yeah.
But
yeah, especially for your grandma, buy her some.
Yeah, buy her some Connor Daly merch because it's hard to get your hands on.
Yeah.
But we are in the works of some stuff, so just stay tuned. It probably won't come out until next season, so so stay tuned. I want to thank you guys for watching. Check Gladish Motorsports out on Instagram, Motorsports Digest. Check us out on Facebook, Spotify, and YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Do whatever you got to do. Your mom, your dad, your grandma, your brother, your sister, your cousin, mother-in-law, father-in-law, whatever you want.
Your cat.
Yeah, anybody that'll listen to us. Ants climbing on your bedroom floor.
There you go.
I just want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for giving us the support that you guys have been giving us. So we'll see you guys in the next episode. We're here at Gas City Speedway. We got Cameron Gladish. How do you feel going into the night?
Nervous.
Nervous?
Nervous. I don't know how tonight's going to play out, but we'll find out.
We're here at a dirt track. We've got a large field. Cameron drew 30th, so we're going to have practice here in an hour. Going to get the car set up. And hopefully we can go into the feature with all these heat races.
17, that's Tom Hessel out of Antwerp, Ohio. What's good looking for 8. Lucius in the 22. Cameron Glash out in the 20. Will Dunham on the 84. And it is Shelby Lucas out in the 17. Round, heat number 2, Hessel and Lucius, row number 1, Krieger, Leffel, row 2, Craig Baum, Glanish, row 3, and Shelby Yep is out back in the 17. She's ready to go. Here we go, 8 laps.